Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, welcome back to another video. This is gonna be so awkward for Jason if he hears any of it because it's just me talking to myself.
And also you going, hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Poddy Mouths 14 times before
Yeah.
we could get this going.
Embarrassing. Hey guys, I'm gonna make the same joke I made 4 times when we were trying to get this to work. Welcome back to Poddy M. Welcome back to PM, Poddy Mouths, where we bring you authentic one-take podcast. But when
Yeah, we're virtual.
we're V today.
We're remote.
We're VT on FT.
WFH.
Wait, go like this. Yeah. Cool.
Do it again, do it again. I'm doing my realtor smile.
How was your weekend?
It's fine. I met like a couple of the worst people I think I'll ever know. And
okay.
that's always fun.
I'm so glad. Honestly, no, I'm actually pretty disappointed that I wasn't there for it because then we could have talked about it.
You would have been
together.
so angry, I feel. But I feel like you would have maybe... Okay, here's what the issue was.
Set us in the scene.
Well, I'm gonna give you the conclusion first, and then I'll tell you why that sucked. Okay?
Okay.
The reason it sucked on Friday was that the entire basis of what the decisions were going to be made off of was based off of this one guy in the group wanting to get pussy. Okay, that can be a motive, fine. But why are we all making decisions based on what this fucking jabroni wants? And
Yes.
there's a group of people who are also present. Why are we succumbing to his needs?
It can be a factor in the night.
Make it a side quest.
Yeah, if it's you and like one other person, yes, it can be like a quest. But if there is a group, that is the side quest. Yes, that's not the essential. The essential is vibes.
You took the words right out of my fucking face. Because, yeah, that can be a side quest, fine. But first of all, bro, I don't know you.
Yeah.
So that side quest for you, that little goal, is not a priority for me. I don't give a flying fuck on a stick in space whether or not you get laid. But if you're in the friend group that I'm in with you that night, it'd be really sick to, I don't know, acknowledge me when I try to have a conversation with you.
How many people were at this function how many people were in your group? How many people were in your group?
So it was me and Bro, the bro who invited me, right?
Yes.
So Bro invited me out to meet up with some of his other jabronis.
Okay.
One of which I remember we realized that we had connected before. And I was like, do you remember me? And he goes, yeah, do you remember like what we were drinking? And I was like, yeah, you guys brought long drink. And he was like, yeah, I remember you because we talked about it. And I was like, yeah, I remember you because I was trying to have a conversation with you guys and you actively like ignored me every single time. And he was like, no, that wasn't me. I was like, I don't know what it was.
Nah, actually, different guy.
But it was. We became enemies to pals.
I love enemies to friends are.
However, if he's watching this, we'll call him Beathan
Okay.
for privacy reasons.
Okay.
So it was me, Bro, and Beathan. And we show up to the Penmar. And we connect with Bro's girly, who he's talking to. His little fine shit.
Boothang.
And her bestie. And they were a vibe. They were cutie patootie.
We got Bro, Beathan, Boothang, and Bestie.
Yeah, and this bitch. Wait, her name actually starts with a B. It was Claire, which is a really cool girl
As in
name.
the Waldorf?
Yeah. Anyway, we know we're waiting for two other guys. I don't even want to call them bros because bro is like good, positive connotations, and these guys were bad. Okay. So, what should we call them? Bamrin and Book.
Yeah.
Okay, let me face you when I tell you this part of the story. Bamrin and Buke sucked.
Epic.
Big thumbs down. Big boo. They came and approached everybody except for me. Or I said, hi, I'm Christine, and Bamrin introduced himself, and I was like, oh, cool. They'll come back later. They're probably going to get a drink. They go to get a drink, and they're texting bro that they just want to find
Bunnies.
Let me reiterate, that's fine. But to enter into the Penmar grounds, you have to pay $20. So we all just paid a fee to show up. And then within 20 to 30 minutes of me meeting those guys,
Meeting those villains.
bro tells us, oh, we have to go because those boys want to go to a party and they're trying to, like, look for girls. And I was like, okay, so what am I gonna fucking do? Because Beethan left with Bam and Buke. And now I'm here with bro and his boo thing. And they've been drinking, we've all been drinking, but I'm just sitting there. I have no trouble third wheeling. Let me face you again when I say, I have no trouble third wheeling. I like doing it with the right couple.
Alas.
But I just met these people. So I'm like, oh, I thought at least Beethan and I would, like, prance around as buddies. But he's off on his side quest doing the thing with those guys. So I'm like, okay, whatever. We end up leaving. Fine. Because now bro is under this pressure, helping his friends do whatever, and all they're doing is rolling their eyes and complaining. So we go back to bro's apartment, and that's where Bam and Buke are consulting with each other about the next place we're going to. And they decide that we're all going to this girl's house for a pregame. She apparently was already having a party, which prompted one of the villains to ask, okay, so then what's going to be the ratio? Pause. You are 29. You are 29 and employed, right? What's the ratio? How about sit on a rusty bucket?
What's the ratio? How whimsical is it?
Yeah.
How about, are my dreams gonna come true?
What's the ratio? How about, how can I be a better friend to you these days?
What's the ratio? How about, how's your mother doing?
What's the ratio? How about, would we last in a long distance virtual working from home friendship, making a podcast together? Those are the questions that I want to hear you asking as an adult male, not what's the ratio. Fuck you. So we get to this party, I walk in, and I have a visceral traumatic response because it smells like the first year of living in Hollywood. It smells like Sol de Janeiro perfume, half-decorated walls, influencer furniture. So then I says to him... So my jaw's on the floor when I hear him say that. And I'm like, this can't be real. I can't believe they're still making people like you.
I would have asked if I was being punked.
Right. We get to the party. I meet another girl with the same name as me. We basically make out. No, I'm just kidding. We go, yeah, that's amazing, whatever. And then we go to the bar that they're trying to get to right after that. And this main villain, whose name is Buke, he reveals to us that he's been on mushroom gummies. Didn't share any with the class, but decided to, like, let everybody know he was on that.
Ratio dude was on mushroom gummies?
Yeah.
It sounds like two opposing magnets.
Yeah. Sounds like the feeling of when I forget to take my meds personified.
Yes.
Book sucks.
Book, more like... You're like an Indian. All right, get through this.
Yeah. Then Buke, we're in the next Uber, the billionth Uber of the night. We're in Venice, and we're in the super gentrified area where it's just like Santa Monica ass fucking bars.
We're in the part of Venice where it's Santa Monica.
Yeah, basically. Shut up. So, it's the part that I literally hate. It's the part of Venice/Santa Monica where you show up and you go, oh wow, I want to go home. I hear him in the front seat of the Uber go, guys, like, this street and, like, the song on right now, the music, it's just, like, such a vibe. Okay, first of all, the street sucks. And what you're hearing right now is the FM radio. And today's pop hits. So, if this is the ratio you were looking for, fine. You found it, brother.
Bro heard Benson Boone's Beautiful Things on the radio and saw string lights on a street with no cars, and he said, I'm so glad I'm here with you guys right now.
Bro heard an Ed Sheeran Billboard Top 100 hit and saw a homeless person on a really, really clean sidewalk and went, the vibes are immaculate.
Bro heard Tate McRae.
Bro heard Tate McRae and said, it's gonna be okay, I'm okay, it's okay.
Bro heard Tate McRae outside of the Vans on Santa Monica, wherever the fuck, across from Jameson's, and said, I'm gonna find the love of my life here.
Bro seems like the type of guy to shop at the Grove and be like, I really love shopping at a humble... No, just...
I love supporting small businesses.
Bro seems like the type of guy to shop at the Grove and say, I love supporting small businesses, and then going, I can't believe I'm going thrifting today again. Anyway, so I hate him. And when we say bro, I don't mean the original character in the story, bro. I'm talking about Buke. Whose name rhymes with puke. Okay? Yeah. How was your weekend? How was your drive to San Francisco?
Well, it was, yes, I was driving from Long Beach to San Francisco. San Francisco, and that's a 6-hour drive. Low-key, had a blast. There was, however, I was driving with my cat for the first time ever on a 6-hour car ride. There was a moment in which I had to turn to him and go, hey, did you shit your fucking pants? Hey, what is that outrageous scent that I taste in the back of my throat?
You didn't tell me that. You didn't tell
I
me
know.
that. Oh,
And then I notice that the scent is coming out of my AC. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's not him. Maybe we're near a farm. I proceed over the hill that was in front of me, and it is, I don't know, 5 miles of black cows. And it was really, really sad, but boy, did that stink. Oh my God, really sad. Really sad sight to see, but I am blessed and lucky that my cat did not shit his pants in the passenger seat of my car. So sorry for that quick little tangent. But because I was listening to my podcasts, I get inspired, you know, and I had listened to 3 podcasts. The first was, And That's Why We Drink.
I've heard of this.
Love it.
Yeah.
The second was Brittany Broski.
Duh.
And the third was Vincent Pat.
Yeah, BNCMAPPPP.
BNCMAPP.
A few moments later.
Camera dye, but my hair's looking delicious.
Those were the 3 podcasts I listened to on my drive. And you could let me know if you also experienced this. But I get inspired. I get inspired and create a whole 6-month plan of things I want to accomplish and do. And then I get to my destination and leave the car and completely forget what that 6-month plan was.
Right on.
And I clocked that I was doing that. And I was like, I know that once I step out of this car, I'm going to forget this. So let me just make a voice memo of all of the things that I think of in this car that I want to do.
Ooh.
So this is the list that usually only exists in the being that is in my car. Let me re-say that. This is me taking the goals that are usually for the being that only exists in my car and taking them out of that. My first one is learn more history. They were talking about, it's Indigenous People Awareness Month.
Indigenous People Awareness. Are you talking about AAPI Heritage Month?
No, that's Indigenous People Awareness Month.
You mean
Black History Month?
You mean IPA month? Hell yeah, that's something I can get behind.
I love IPA month. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that.
They were talking about how, and not to get dark, the story that they were telling was about an indigenous girl getting killed and her killer never being caught. Mm-hmm. I learned the number 3 cause of death for indigenous women is murder. Number 3 leading cause of death.
Wow.
For indigenous women is murder. You heard that right. And so I learned that fact, and I said, I want to learn more facts.
That's the one that really did it for you, huh? That's the one, that was the most inspiring one. You're like, damn, that stat goes crazy.
Yeah, it really stuck with me.
It's like reason. That meme that's like, 7 times 6 equals 35. Love that one.
And that's not even real. That's not true.
7 times 5 equals 35. Love that
I
one.
do love that one.
Personally, I love a 7 times 4 equals 28.
I love an 8 times 6 equals 46.
It's not.
56.
6 times 8 is 48.
48. I knew that one of them was using each other, because the way that I remember that.
One of them is using each other?
Yeah, like 8 is using 6 to get a number that ends with 8.
Oh, like it's taking 2 away from the first part of it, adding 2 to 6, so it ends with 8, and now 6 becomes 4. Like, let me chop off 2 off the top on the left side, bring it to the right side.
I mean, like, yeah, I get what you're saying there, and that's cool. I'm just saying that 8 feels like he has a big ego, and
8's a dude?
And yeah.
8 is mother for me.
8 is a dude that is on trend and goes to the gym and has a huge ego, and so when he combines with 6, who's a beautiful curvaceous woman, he still comes out on top because he's got the 8 at 48.
That's wild. I've always pictured 8 as a beautiful curvaceous queen, and 6 like some tiny boxy Danny DeVito looking Italian little schmuck.
That's crazy. We are so opposite on that. All right, anyway, so my second goal is, as written, I need to be at a sports game.
Just anyone. Let's hit up the local Little League. Little League.
Little League.
We should go to a Long Beach local, like, rec center outdoor basketball game championship night and just pick a color, dress in all of that color, and go fucking nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. I do, however, have bullet points for this one. The first bullet point is tennis, F1, football box seat. I would like to be at any 3 of those. I think, like, that's the kind of vibe I'm looking for, is like kind of like an all-day affair.
Oh.
Like, I love a baseball game, but I usually just like end up staying there for 8 innings because I don't want to buy more tall boys, and I've already finished my bucket of chicken tenders and fries.
Way too long.
So it's way too long and boring. Whereas like tennis, I feel like I'm going back and forth from the bar, just like the tennis ball, you know?
She's going boom, boom, boom.
F1, I only have to pay attention this much spread out over a long period of time, you know? And that's how I assume it is, because I've never been to an F1 race.
I think F1 would be the least fun for you for several reasons.
Okay, go off.
You stay put, you're waiting for the magic to happen, and it's few and far between.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I like.
It's like watching a parade.
We all get really excited for that 6 seconds that we experience, and then we have like 15 minutes to goof and gab and yap and drink.
It's more like 45.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Because then it's like, yeah, that's like the all-day affair I'm talking about. But it's like more exciting than a baseball game, because like the baseball game is still going and I don't give a fuck. But the race is like, I'm catching the moments. few and far between.
But the baseball game is, there's moments all the time, so you could catch those moments. The moments are consistently happening.
I'll go to a baseball game. I need to be at a sports game.
Okay.
But yeah, a football box seat is just a magical place. There's a buffet on the inside. Free drinks.
I would like to be at a sports game with you as well.
I need to be at a sports game with you right now.
I personally would love to bask in the sun with my bestie, eating and drinking, being merry, if you will, taking silly little pics, doing silly little crowd game works. And
you know what?
Yeah, and singing songs even.
I want to redact my statement about the baseball games. Put me at a baseball game right now with you. Put me at a baseball game in the sun right now with you. Bucket of french fries. Yeah. Tons of shooters in my purse. And 2 tall boys.
You know what we should be doing when we're both home at the same time?
What?
Attending a Rockland Boulders baseball game. Signing up for the Dizzy Bat.
Oh, is that that's the...
And then you race.
Yeah.
Watching the bread race, which is a race sponsored by Rockland Bakery of Rockland County, New York.
I want to put my dick in that.
And there's also Patty the birthday cake, which is also sponsored by Rockland Bakery, and she comes out when there's a birthday announcement. And I know this because I used to intern for the Rockland Boulders baseball team. And there's something to do. There's something to do every in-between inning. There's never a dull moment, okay?
I forgot that this is what life is about.
Yeah.
All right. And with needing to be at the sports game, and I guess kind of attached to my first goal, I need to learn the history, stats, and lore of all of the players and the team itself.
Ooh.
I want to be educated at these games.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I think I need to do is study up on the Los Angeles sports teams.
I would love to go to a Lakers game once in my life.
At
least.
Think I'm switching out baseball games for basketball games. Couldn't give less of a shit to be there. Why is it indoors when the sun is out?
Because it's usually a wintertime sport.
I don't do well in the winter, so.
Me neither, yeah.
Next is...
Basketball is like so fun though. I feel like basketball is way more fun to watch than baseball. I don't know, but baseball smells so good out there.
There's something about like a basketball game and a basketball court that like I don't feel like I could get sloppy drunk. All of the rest of them I think I could get sloppy drunk at.
Challenge accepted. Okay. Please, speak for yourself.
Number 3, we have learn a language.
Which one?
At this time, I've chosen Greek. However, I am open to Italian.
I can help you with that. We can learn it insieme.
I think what I plan on doing is coming to our podcast episodes with a Greek word. I'm going to educate once per episode, I believe, to hold myself accountable.
Yeah, your mom would really love that, I think.
Number 4, write some songs. Put my thoughts down on paper and put them to a tune. We've been doing this thing where we guess music, coming up with melodies.
Yeah, why not?
And you see how good I am at it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it'll go really well if I make my own.
You play several guitars.
I play the ukulele pretty all right, and I know what a guitar is. So
I've seen a guitar before.
Number 5, have my camera on me more often / make something beautiful. Because, like, how am I supposed to be the cool, mysterious art girl if I make commercials and ads and nothing of meaning? So,
I'll drink to that.
I drink to that. Do you have any goals? Do you have any goals for this year?
I love those goals for you, by the way. Yeah, I do have goals. I'm really excited to help you on that journey.
Thank you.
By the way.
And I unto you.
Those were like big things. I feel like my goals are the goals those were like huge, like life changing.
I'm telling you, my car has so many discarded dreams. It holds so much life-changing material.
Wow.
In that car.
Aww.
Couldn't tell you what any of them are, but
Well, you just did.
I hope someone else caught on them. And worked.
Like they flew out the window and someone caught them in
and then went
on the highway.
Yeah.
Here are some of my 2025 goals that were not previously mentioned before. 1, make it to Catalina Island. I've gotta go. There's just something about it. I have so much lore in the back of my head and just close to my heart. My heart's always been in Catalina, you could say.
I know you started this off by saying these are goals you have not previously mentioned, and I believe that for the next few, but I do want to say she has been talking about going to Catalina for a while, and I really want this to come true for her. And I want her to experience her Wattpad fantasy of falling in love en route to Catalina.
Yeah. Thank you for
If
saying
you would
that.
like to share, the space is open for you.
This is really vulnerable. And when I say I haven't mentioned it, I mean I haven't mentioned it on the podcast.
Oh.
I've mentioned before, and you've mentioned before, our goals of becoming really successful and wealthy as our truth.
Which will happen.
And is. However, there are some smaller details of things that I would like to accomplish and achieve at some point this year.
On the way to fame.
On the way. Number 1, making it to Catalina Island. Falling in love on the ferry there. Someone who's really down to earth and really rich, but I don't know it yet. He's just creative and goofy.
But I don't know it yet.
I don't know it yet, but he's creative and goofy. But when I say goofy, I mean silly and also related to Goofy the dog and his son, Max Goof, who I have romantic feelings for. I digress.
I want that for you.
Thank you. My next goal, I don't feel vulnerable enough to tell the whole...
Ooh.
Okay, fine. So, one day...
She's so easy to convince.
I'm a dreamer, right? I get lost in my own noggin, if you will. And it's in my early days of living in Long Beach. And I find that on a clear day, I have a big, bright, beautiful view of none other than Catalina Island from Junipero Beach. My dream goes like this. And this is just like on a regular fucking hot girl walk in Long Beach, right? I'm on the ferry. I'm taking a solo trip. It's my birthday. It's December. It's sunny. The UV's at a 5. It's 11:30 a.m. Okay? 5 so far. It's gonna creep up to a 9 later in the day. I'm next to somebody on the railing of the ferry, and I'm looking longingly into the distance. From the railing, or whatever sailing term there is for being on the fucking boat.
The bow.
Sure. Okay.
If you say so.
Very well.
안녕하세요.
Kapgunka. Kapgunka.
I love us. We needed this.
So then, I hear a voice behind me as I'm looking longingly into the world I'm leaving behind, which is the coast of Long Beach. And I hear a voice, traveling alone? And I turn around. And I go, why, yes. And he goes, any special occasion? And I go, it's my birthday. And he goes, oh.
Can I really quickly let you and the fans know who it is I picture whenever you tell me this story?
Is it Jacob Elordi?
No.
Okay. Because low-key, I picture Jacob Elordi, but he's blonde for some reason.
Hardin from After.
No, wait. Who's this?
We're gonna have to watch this film together.
Yeah, I think we will.
It's one of my favorites of the kissing booth variety. It's another, I think it was a Harry Styles Wattpad story. Anyway, that's who I picture every time you tell me this, because you'll understand once we watch the film.
let me know in the comments below what you think, how you picture the man that I'm describing, okay?
And he has a British accent.
Did I say that he did? He had an accent of some sort. I've decided he's no longer British, but he
Shame.
does look like Sergio from Awkward.
So he's Latino.
So he goes...
No comment.
You know what, though? He could have a British accent because he's Mediterranean, but he learned English in Europe.
He's well-traveled.
He's striking up a conversation with moi. Am I surprised? A bit. But am I shocked? No. Look at me. He asks if he could buy me a drink, and I say, a drink? It's not even noon. He goes, it's your birthday. And I go, why, you're right. I suppose I will. He goes, that's my girl. And I'm like, have we met? And he's like, only in your dreams. I say, oh, where are you from? Or I said, what is the occasion that you're traveling for? And he said, a funeral. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. And he goes, it's okay. We weren't really close. And I said, was it a family member? And he says, no, it was more of a concept. We have this funeral every year, and I think it's the last time I'll go. And I said, he's there for a family thing, and there's a funeral, but not of a person, but it's like a funeral remembrance.
It's a death of.
It's a death of. And he says something along the lines of, I've been looking for a reason to come back here every year that had nothing to do with the funeral. Need I remind you, the reason we're on this boat right now is because it's my birthday. But he doesn't know that yet. He knows it's my birthday now, but in the conversation, but that's not the reason he was on the boat. But the reason that he's going to be coming back to Catalina every year is because it'll be for my birthday. That's the ending. Okay, anyway, so we're falling in love. And I was like, oh, are you from the island? And he goes, I was born in Long Beach, but my heart's always been
It's okay. Take it again.
I was born in Long Beach, but my heart's always been in Catalina. And I go... And then we cheers, and then we run away together, and he doesn't end up going to the funeral, and I don't end up doing any of the things that I had planned on doing for my birthday. and we end up going on a vacation together for my birthday, and we fall in love.
Throw it all away for the man of your dreams.
Don't say
Not
that.
derogatory. Not derogatory.
Derogatory. Anyway, so that's my little fantasy about Catalina Island. So that will definitely happen the next time I go there, which will be my first time, and it'll be the best. Other 2025 goals.
Forgot that's how we got here.
After making it to Catalina Island, I would like to befriend a crow.
I think it's possible.
I've read from a reputable source, TikTok, that they have a good memory and they can hold grudges and shit. And I think that's cunt. And I think I would love to be on their good side. Next, do a road trip and not be afraid. And not be afraid doing it.
I can help you on that one.
A solo road trip.
Oh.
Sorry.
And she really doesn't want me coming along.
Yeah, fuck you.
She said, sorry, you're not invited. Actually, you're not invited.
I want to take a road trip somewhere, and it could even be just like an hour away, but I've been meaning to do this. The thing is, I listen and watch and read a lot of stories of true crime, and there's something about an hour outside of the Los Angeles area where girls get murdered, like, historically, like, a lot. Like, they get murdered and die. Number 4. Finally replace my nose piercing.
Thank God.
It needs to be professionally replaced. I need to buy a new piercing. This one always looks like there's a little booger in my nostril, and I always have to fix it, and then it looks like I'm picking a booger from my nostril, and I'm not. I'm just adjusting my piercing.
It's a good one.
Number 5, get my ass on a boat this summer.
I was just talking about this. We need to be on a boat watching the fireworks explode on the 4th of July.
Yeah, it was the 4th of July. You and I fireworks.
Exactly.
Off too soon. I'm working Monday, Tuesday, and then I have off. So TBD, what we're gonna do that week? Maybe go to Cali. Maybe go to Cali.
Maybe we could sit at like an expensive resort bar and befriend some locals that maybe have a boat in Catalina that fall in love with you and are open to providing us with the space on their boat and the vibes of their 4th of July celebration. Fart.
Yeah, we gotta just show up.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm gonna do, fucking with or without you. I think I literally might do that.
That's fucked. I was like, I'm never spending a 4th of July without you. But
oh, no. I didn't mean
it's
on
fine.
the 4th of July.
No, that's fine. No, it's really, it's fine. No, it's okay. It's just like really, it goes to show. It goes to show.
No.
It's on its way to the show. So.
No, it doesn't go to show. It doesn't go to show shit, okay?
I think that we both believe this. There's a sort of magic aura that comes with the Catalina Island.
Oh, I thought you were going to say about being together.
I mean, yeah. Obviously.
Like
I don't know, there's something about a magic aura going on right now when we're not together.
Like describing the guy who is a villain who we hate as personified to opposing magnets.
Yeah.
We are personified to matching magnets, like the salt and pepper shaker that we have in our kitchen, where they're like, they're magnets hugging best friends.
There's a secret, sinister third magnet, and it's the island of Catalina, and it's pulling us. Yeah. It's pulling us, and there's a sort of, as soon as we touch it, there's a sort of aura that surrounds the island that pulls everyone into us as well.
Duh.
And all of the people that it pulls into us have boats. And they are planning on having parties on their boats on the 4th of July.
So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to put that very specific
happenstance
into the universe. Ready? Palms up, if you will.
Boat on the 4th of July.
Boat on the 4th of July.
In Catalina.
Fireworks! This is what it is. Friends with boats, generous friends with boats who invite us along for the ride, not because they just want a ratio, however, but alas, due to the fact that because they want us to be there because they like us as people.
Friends with a boat that also have the same political view as us?
I was gonna say that!
Too bad.
Not racist. Not racist, and they don't want any grabby from us just because we're hot, and they don't have to be, hey toots, why don't you join me in my room for a third? They don't want none of that, okay? They're just rich and our friends and not too old.
Basically what we're saying is we want the benefits of a boat without having to put in the work.
What belongs to us comes to us.
Yes.
By the time this comes out, it will be before the first episode of Love Island Season 7 premieres and airs and also is available. And we just wanted to say,
I came here for love. If you want to keep up with our views on this season, tune in every Friday where we'll catch you up on our opinions, which are really important.
We should be wearing our
oh my god, bottles. We'll have our water bottles. We have the Love Island water bottles.
Because we've been there. Someone to hold me down. How do we end this shit?
I don't remember. Like, comment, subscribe. Tune in to our Instagrams and TikToks. Share.
This could be one of the things that you turn into a song as part of your 2025 goals. Like, comment, subscribe.
Share.
Like, comment, subscribe in this bitch. Oh. Like, comment, subscribe. Poddy Mouths.
Yeah. I did this. All right. We will, I don't know, maybe see you guys next week.
See you next time.
Bye.